It's good. So I got my first bag of Justin's Morning Coffee from Evansville Coffee today. What we did basically was I said I'd like a light roast, a very, very light roast, but a nice blend, a really, really smooth, full-bodied, no sharp edges in the flavor profile. And so I said to Zach said, hey, do you want to do a coffee with your flavor profile for Evansville Coffee? And I said, sure, this is what I'm looking for.
My wife and I own a handful of coffee shops, and we've begun roasting our own coffee beans in acquisition of the coffee roaster that we had worked with for a long time as well. And it seemed like it would be interesting to explore, some sort of partnership with your brand, sending you some samples and maybe finding out something that would be sort of a good representation of your brand.
So we did 3 rounds of, he would send me little samples. I would grind them up. I would do my little pour over. And we settled on this blend, which is Ethiopia, Kenya, and Honduras. And their flavor profile on here, which is strawberry, milk chocolate, and sweet orange, is actually kind of right. I think the sweet orange is that little bit of acidity on the back end. Milk chocolate is the smoothness of it. This is what was so weird about tasting all these different beans, was that some of them had this like a sharp edge, like kind of a little sharpness to it. And this blend, I was tasting it with a buddy of mine. I said, come, let's brew this up together on that very, very last round of tasting. Tell me if you think I'm crazy. Which one of these 3 do you like best? And he said the same thing. This one seems to have a smoothness to it. If you brew up, if you put in 30 grams of coffee and then 300 grams of water, that's a pretty strong ratio. So it's a 10-to-1 ratio. A lot of times people say a 15-to-1 ratio is a good ratio for coffee, but the first cup I brewed with this was a 15-to-1 ratio, and it was a little bit, could use a little more oomph to it, because it is a light roast, which is a pretty strong cup of coffee. And because it's a light roasts are higher in caffeine. This is going to have quite a kick to it. But I'll tell you, I am happy. I'm very happy with it. This is going to be my daily brew now. This is going to be my daily drinker. So, yeah, boy, this is it. This is the one for me. So, I got to say thanks to Zach over at Evansville Coffee for partnering with me on this. I mean, just great. I'm even if nobody buys it, even if nobody else wants to try it, this is what I have been looking for. And so, also I just wanted to have my face on the bag. My friend Desiree, I sat down with her. I said, let's design a little logo for the bag and for my Twitter profile, and there we go.
But people will be able to sort of order, a coffee that was sort of custom curated by you, got the Justin stamp of approval, and then send pictures of, people can send pictures to you of them, enjoying it themselves. So